Hello, it's McCullough52 here back. Today we're playing the best deck in standard best of one, according to the untapped.gg tier list, in a standard event at the request of you all. Hello, I'm back. I've kind of been missing for a bit, but I wanted to make up for the standard event that I didn't quite get to on Saturday for this standard event Saturday. And play it today live so that you can see. We'll see how it goes. So standard event Saturday, you guys pick it, I play it, and for this week we are playing Azorius Omniscience. I'll show you the deck list in a second. If you're unfamiliar with standard events, they're located under the events tab. They're a way to earn gems in game. You pay either 2,500 gold or 375 gems to enter, and you keep playing until you reach 3 losses. You want to try and get to around 3 wins because you get 200 gems in a pack, and a pack is worth 200 gems in the store, so you get 400 gems of value, which is a bit more than you pay to play. Your payouts though do get better if you win more, and so hopefully we'll be doing that today. Let's briefly talk about the deck and see how if we can get to the fabled 7 wins. Let me go ahead and pick it out. This is the awkward part where when you're playing live, or like you're playing without any cuts, you cannot smooth it out. All right, so Azorius Omniscience, I made this deck based off of the kind of deck list I was seeing in the untapped GG, like Azorius Omniscience archetype. We're playing, obviously, if you're unfamiliar with the combo, basically the game plan of the deck is to go ahead and get Omniscience into our graveyard so that we can then reanimate it and get the free spells. And how do we reanimate it? Well, we want to reanimate it with Abuelo's Awakening because it is the cheapest way to get it onto the battlefield, but it does make it a 1/1 creature flying, so that is a bit of a downside, but this deck gets around it because we have free counter spells in Confounding Riddle, which is very nice. And then once we have Omniscience, we have a bunch of draw spells in our deck, our deck consists of a bunch of cards that get more cards into our hand, so we can kind of chain through them for free and get to Invasion of Arcavios. And once we have Invasion of Arcavios, we win the game with Omniscience. The combo is a little bit convoluted, but basically you play the first Invasion of Arcavios, grab a Beseech the Mirror, so you can grab a second Invasion of Arcavios from your library. You play that Invasion of Arcavios, and then you grab this Town Ain't Big Enough. That way you have 2 Invasion of Arcavios, and you can bounce both of them with this Town Ain't Big Enough. You replay one to get the Town Ain't Big Enough back into your hand, and then you play the second one to grab whatever spell you want to loop infinitely to go ahead and win the game with Omniscience. So that is the game plan. That is the deck. In terms of the cards that I chose to put in the deck, it's not really anything super special in terms of these lists, but you will notice that we're playing a lot of these powerful 2-drop cards that allow us to dig and put cards into our graveyard. So we have Chart of Course. This one is important because it's a way to get Omniscience out of our hand into the graveyard. There's not a ton of those in this deck. A lot of our stuff either mills cards or just finds cards. So Archaeologist, it mills 3, and then we grab non-creature spell back. Moment of Truth, you look at the top 3. You can put 1 into your hand, 1 into graveyard, and then keep 1 in your library, or put it on the bottom of your library, I guess, so that you can put something in your graveyard that way. This is either counter spell, unless the opponent pays for 4, or you look at the top 4 and you put 1 into your hand. Ephara's Dispersal, it is essentially 1 mana. If the opponent is attacking, you bounce it back to their creature back to their hand, and you surveil 2, so you can put things in your graveyard that way. And this is the most important card, new addition to the deck since Aether Drift. Stock up. This card is awesome for going ahead and digging through your library to find the cards you need. Look at top 5, put 2 from among them into your hand, and the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. And yeah, those are pretty much all the cards in the deck. In terms of the lands, playing 1 copy of Blast Zone, so we might be able to blow up any of the red 1-drops or other things. We're playing a bunch of archives so we can surveil. We're playing 2 conduit pylons because our mana pips aren't that important. in this deck because we don't have that many double mana pips, and then we have Conduit Pylons, colorless, but it allows us to surveil extra. I only lost this deck, yet this deck, it's a serious menace in best of 1. In best of 3, it is still a sincere problem. It's one of those decks that checks if you have Graveyard Hate in your sideboard or in your main deck in case you're playing best of 1. And how do we win? In our sideboard here, we have Breach the Multiverse to go ahead and mill everyone, and then we also have Mind Spiral to go ahead and force the opponent to draw once they have no cards in their library, so we can win the same turn that we get the combo. We also have Haunt the Network. It's a bit of a new way to win, or a new spell to loop. It just drains the opponent out repeatedly, which is nice. And then I just threw in Step Between Worlds because we don't want to accidentally, when we're looping, draw from an empty library. So yeah, that is the deck. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover before we hop into the games. We'll just go ahead and hop in and see how we can do. I have to say, I'm very interested. The 31st is the ban window, or like the ban list update. The past while, Standard has not gotten that many updates to the ban list, but I think we're going to be seeing some bans incoming this 31st. So as one thing we can talk about is what do we think is going to get banned? I think Monstrous Rage and Beanstalk are two that I think a lot of people believe will get banned. I think another one, if you're banning those two, I would be concerned that the Esper Bounce deck is just going to stay completely at the top of the meta. And so I think this town ain't big enough is just a very powerful card. So I wonder if that's going to be the solution. We'll play this Archaeologist, force the opponent to trample over it. We don't need the invasion, but we have a stock up in hand. Mono red is one of the reasons why you'll see every single Azorius Omniscience list is playing full playset of the Archaeologist. I will block with this so they have to Monstrous Rage it. It prevents them from getting any value out of their Emberheart Challenger, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, we're getting a little bit blasted at the particular moment. Okay, a non-pain land is pretty nice, but we need to get one of these Omniscience into the graveyard, but I'm tempted to stock up to find a removal spell, but maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I think I have to chart a course and hope for the win. Ooh. Oh, that was none of the cards I was looking for. I was looking for Ephara's Dispersal. We could hold up that. And we also need to find a reanimation spell. We might be able to go off if we top deck the reanimation spell, assuming we live this turn. Opponent has 4 mana and 2 creatures, so Fold Mouse, that's oh, and that's a Rage off the top. Yep, that's just lethal. That's 6. Well, this deck is all about racing, and sometimes you do not get there. That is unfortunate. But yeah, I'm very interested to see if there's any cards outside of Beanstalk and Monstrous Rage that might get banned. I feel like those are pretty like expected, and I do think like in terms of other formats you can just expect Underworld Breach to get banned in Modern, because as I understand that card is doing some disgusting things with Mox Opal. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else would be on the ban list chopping block. Let me look at the cards that are popular in Standard, according to Untap. Total games. Monstrous Rage, #1. Okay, that makes sense. We are playing Standard best of 1, so. What other cards could be on the ban list? Or, like, potentially. Oh gosh, no. No. The opponent got to go for. Oh, wait. Okay, they're Jeskai Oculus. They're not Omniscience. Okay, Omniscience in the graveyard. Surveillance, putting in work. We can play the Archaeologist and go deep. We actually have the reanimation and everything. We just need something to do once we get there. We need the opponent not to interrupt us. Opponent has all their mana colors, so the fear of missing out. Can they discard the Oculus? Okay, that's good. I don't really need that. The lockdown's actually quite helpful as well, because the opponent's going to be playing a fair amount of smallish creatures. Oh, stock up. That's huge. Huge. I wonder if the opponent's playing Spell Pierce. That would be something to play around. Another fear of missing out. Digging deeper. Okay, that's Oculus. Do they have reanimation for it? And if they do we care? I mean, we can get rid of the fear of missing out. Yeah, we'll block. I don't quite know why our opponent attacked there, but I guess we can just run out temporary lockdown, and that saves us from having to worry about these fear of missing outs going a little too crazy. And also should get rid of their face down card. So if they get a Into the Flood Maul and bounce everything, that could get awkward, but we'll only take 5. And then we have the win in our hands. It's a question of whether or not we can resolve it. The opponent just needs to be tapped out. If they're not tapped out, ooh, things get a little bit more complicated. Then we have to ask ourselves if we want to stock up. Bitter Reunion, still 1 mana open, so guarding a land, drawing 2. Swinging with the Oculus, down to 15. We're on a 3-turn clock, but it's probably a bit faster than that. Alright, we only have 1 Abuelo's Awakening. If we're going to play stock up, do we just play it out now so we can figure out whether or not we want to? Because our Conduit Pylons would just do nothing if... Yeah, let's hold off for a turn, try and find some protection. The opponent has mana open. They could have a torch, that would ruin it. Well, actually it wouldn't ruin it, but... we don't need another invasion, do we? Yeah, we have 2 more in the deck, so I think we're fine without it. Tap Surveillance, actually not terrible. Now, there's a window there where it could have just won, but we're gonna cross our fingers that the opponent doesn't have something crazy to haste up with their Bitter Union, and that I didn't make a big mistake. Would like a counterspell. I might be making a mistake. That could be the case. But yeah, my plan is we're going to play through standard event here with Azorius Omniscience. See how we do. Hopefully we don't just flunk out. That'd be embarrassing. But then we will play the midweek magic event because I want to keep that streak up. You gotta go for the... Well, we're gonna die next turn, so we might just have to go for it. We're not gonna be able to pay the tax if they... Oh, I really hope. That's cool, but I held off as long as I could. Opponent might now have an answer to things, but we're just gonna run out an Omniscience in response to them if they, well, like as the first thing. No more lies. Yeah, Dang, man. Oh, I misplayed. I'm almost certain of it. I was paranoid. I guess you should not be paranoid while playing this deck. Oh, I have not played much Magic in the past week. I've been busy. I'm building a new PC. Or, well, building a PC. I have a laptop at the moment, and this is the first time I'm going to be putting together a PC, so it took me a while to try and figure out the parts and go ahead, understand how to do it all and to order them. But yeah, hopefully I'll have a new computer to run, but maybe the videos will look slightly better or something. I know I will definitely enjoy having a newer PC. Alright, we are at the risk of performing the worst we've ever done in one of our standard events here. That would... I think... well, we just need to find something to discard. The Omniscience out of our hand. The opponent is playing black, so they probably have a bunch of removal. They could have a duress, which would be problematic, but besides that, we're not really worried about them like go for the throating our Omniscience, because we can have a free counterspell thanks to our riddle. We just need to get the Omniscience in the graveyard next turn. When it discards a creature, oh, it's an Omniscience in the yard. We'll just keep that there. I don't think I need that in my hand. In fact, it would be a little bit problematic. Play an archive. Opponent has 3 mana open. Okay. I guess I'll put... Could the opponent have any graveyard hate? There's Leyline of the Void, but that only exiles cards that are going to the graveyard, I believe. So I think we're safe to just keep tossing things into the yard. Our opponent really has not done much, but that's ooh, little awkward, but we should be able to make our way through this. Solve. Opponent taps out, but that is absolutely fine with us because I think we win the game. Because, well, we'll start off by bouncing your Shieldred so we don't have to worry about draining and surveilling 2. We want that card. I'll play the Archaeologist. That should grab us the Moment of Truth, which should dig for another card. Nope, stock up actually. Look at top 5, grab 2 of the best ones. Does something. I guess we'll grab a Surveil Land. There's no way we fizzled, right? Alright, Moment of Truth. Does not matter too much, I don't think. Moment of Truth. Stock up. Graveyard. Matter. Alright, stock up. This is our 3rd stock up, I believe. Where are our cards? Oops. It's not looking good. Look at top 4. Alright, stock up, put it in our hand. This is for all the marbles. If we run out of... I will be baffled. Alright, there we go. Big hits. We can keep chaining. Should be almost impossible for us not to win. Alright, Confounding Riddle. Don't think it matters. Cast it for free. There we go. Invasion. And then Invasion. Okay, opponent, please scoop, because this is gonna take a while. Alright. Besiege the Mirror. That means we can grab our 2nd Invasion, play them both, and then bounce them and loop spells. Alright, we clawed back from probably a big mistake on my part. See if we can keep that up. I don't think it will be the first time where we start out with 2 losses and win a bunch following it, if we do manage to keep it up. Hand's good. Or I think it's pretty good. We have Chart of Course to get rid of the Omniscience in our hand. We have Stock Up to dig. We don't have much interaction. That is a nice wall. But I think we know what we need. We're just gonna race. Hopefully our opponent's not on ret. Hopefully our opponent isn't playing red. Famous last words. Alright, well, we could threaten a turn 4 here, potentially. We just need to find our Abuelo's Awakening. Opponent has a Braided Bluffs and a Bolt Wave, and then a Hired Claw. We're down to 14. I think we go for Stock Up. I don't think we're at risk of dying, and then we can hold up Ephara's Dispersal. Put this in our hand. I guess I'll grab the tap land. We have to, like, we don't need to grab another Omniscience. Our opponent is in the graveyard, and I don't think our opponent's playing Graveyard Hate. Maybe I should have grabbed the second Omniscience in case they are, but I feel like if you're playing an aggressive deck like this, you aren't. Oh, okay. We have the free counter spell, so it should hopefully be a win. I was getting a bit anxious there. The pylons are conduiting. That's not a verb. I feel like pylon is such a strange word. Alright, that's fine. I will go grab the Omniscience. The fancy art Omniscience. I only have one of these. One mana Graveyard Hate? No? Okay. Invasion of Arcavios. And new. Counter. This one. Alright, that should be game. Search sideboard. Or Beseech the Mirror. As Beseech the Mirror to, without bargain, to grab another invasion. Play the second invasion. Grab this town ain't big enough. Bounce both invasions. And then grab back this town ain't big enough. And the second one we can grab whatever we want. Grab that from our graveyard. This one we can grab. What do we want to play? Haunt the Network. I haven't actually tried this. I make two Talkers, drain ya. Rinse, repeat. I'll grab that this town ain't big enough. Then I will grab Haunt the Network, and we'll drain them for more and more each time, so hopefully this won't take too long. Drain ya for 4. Grab both. Play this to grab back the town. Play this to grab back the Haunt the Network. Drain ya for 6. Alright, next one should be lethal. And opponent sees it. GG. 2-2. This next one's for all the marbles. Can we reach the 3 wins and break even in terms of what we paid, or like value? Or can we make it further? Or are we just gonna go 2-3? Alright. Ooh. Hand's appealing. I mean, anytime you have a combo piece in your hand, that's pretty nice, I feel like. But we don't have any way to discard it. There's only a few cards in our deck that can do it, so. And the opponent's on the play, and they're on Boros Auras, so. Okay, that's the card that we need to discard it. Everything's coming into, falling into place. Oh, no. No. One is one mana open. It's concerning. Probably should have played the Charter Course here, but I kind of want to try and block. Ooh. Okay. Well, just play the Charter Course next turn, find a land, and then we can win turn 4. And we will have counterspell backup. Question is, do we live? Alternatively, we could play an Archaeologist and hope to mill, or we grab a Surveil land off the top and Surveil Omniscience into the graveyard for free, and then we can play out another Archaeologist, and that will help us not die, but it's not looking good. I think we're in danger. Double strike? So they must have the rage. Oh, come on. Please. What? Okay, they just wanted to kill it. Oh, that is awesome. I forgot how amazing Ephara's Dispersal was, but now we need an untapped land. Oh no. Alright, that's what we'll look for the Dispersal here. It should cost 1 mana to bounce an attacking creature. Question is, does the opponent have a way to give hexproof? They are playing the Boros Auras deck, so they could have Shard Mage's Rescue. Ethereal Armor means they are out of white mana, so we are in a good spot here. Cross our fingers. Please let us bounce. We'll wait until right before damage, I think. Alright, well, they can pump something else in response. 2 tapped lands, or like not an untapped land, so that's spooky. We slow them down for a turn, but they get to play that in their second main phase. Seachrome Coast, because we have 3 lands, is going to come in tap. If we had 2 lands, it'd be untapped. I'm only playing 2 copies of the Seachrome Coast in this deck because of this reason. You really don't want to... Honestly, you probably... I feel like you should just cut it. Like, we're literally about to lose the game because of Seachrome Coast. Insane. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just grab this and don't look. If you don't look, it can't happen. You're not gonna die if you don't look. I'm just obscuring. Okay. Okay. We have 17 life. They have 1 mana open. Surely we live. Surely. Oh crap, I forgot they have Emberheart Challenger. But it is already in combat, so they can't play that land. So they still have only 1 land open. Oh, whatever we block is going to be massive. They have the rage, right? They have to have the rage. If they rage the Emberheart Challenger, it's a 6/6 double strike. It's a 7/7 double strike. I think we have to block the Challenger. Oh, what? I keep getting baited. I'm so... I'm so broken. Broken by the rage. I'm just used to it always being there. Well, that means we have the turn to try and use the Abuelo's Awakening. Opponent could have a response, but if they don't have Graveyard 8, they don't get to, well, win. Play a second Omniscience because I feel like it. And Invasion of Arcavios, we grab Beseech the Mirror. For that, we grab the second Invasion of Arcavios, and GG. Alright, this deck, even if you're a bumbling idiot like myself, you can still clutch your way to 3 wins. Let's see if we can keep going. Oh. We've played a fair amount of Omniscience decks on this channel. Well, actually, that's a bit of a lie. I've played like 2 or 3 videos since Omniscience has come into standard. But we were playing a slightly different... I never went for Abuelo's Awakening because I really didn't like the fact that the opponent could remove it, potentially, so... Is that fear overblown? We have Omniscience in hand, but honestly I feel like mulliganing this, but it does say the words you go first, so we probably shouldn't. If you mulligan, you go down a card, and it's kind of... It's worse if you're on the play, because then if you're on the draw, well, if you go first, you don't draw a card at the beginning of your turn. If you going second, you do draw a card, is what I'm trying to say. And so if we mulligan there, we kind of go down a card, and we did still have Omniscience in our hand, so it's like not the end of the world. But I wonder if the opponent's on like Boros Burn. What else could they be on? I feel like I grabbed a Moment of Truth. Last Zone doesn't seem useful against what we've seen so far. Alright. I will play Stock Up, and we're just gonna dig for... Oh, Dispersal. Actually, Archive Riddle. And then next turn we can play the Meticulous Archive to turn on our Flood Farm Verges. The opponent could be playing like a Boros Control... Nope. What was going on those first 2 turns? I'm so confused. Opponent was waiting for us to tap out. Sir, we are not playing control. You have no fear. Just go for it. Okay, I really don't need another Confounding Riddle. We will hold up Confounding Riddle as a counterspell in case our opponent tries to go for lethal mouse damage. I think we'll let that resolve. Give it double strike. Yeah, that's fine. Take 6 is gonna be rough, but we can deal with it. Alright. Auto Tapper wants me to potentially miss out, so we're going to go ahead and try and avoid that. Opponent has the Rage. Oh. Oh, and we didn't even find the oh my goodness, we didn't find the Ephara's Dispersal. I was hoping that we'd find it and then we just bounce that, but instead... Oh no. We are so close. We're dead. We are just dead. Oh. Okay, there is hope. Right? Ephara's Dispersal. Ephara's Dispersal. Ephara's Dispersal. Oh. Maybe. We hold. We hold. Can we do it? We can block 1. No. I was gonna say we can block 1 and bounce the other. Well, I hope they ban Manifold Mouse. There, I said it. I said it. It's so annoying. That double strike is just so violent. Alright, well, we definitely could have avoided a loss in there, I think, if we had a better chance of avoiding a loss there if we just played a little bit more aggressive in that Jeskai Oculus match. But 3 wins, we still go even on value, so I don't think there's much to complain about. Overall, the deck felt pretty good. Like, we didn't really get a conclusive result, but I wasn't really expecting a super conclusive result. Also, I'm a little rusty. But yeah, let's see what we get out of our pack. I think I'm going to try and play this Azorius Omniscience deck to Mythic within the next, like within this remaining week before the 31st, so that we can try and hit Mythic for this month. Maybe it will happen, maybe it won't, but if I do manage to make that happen, I'll try and put a video out on it, because, you know, I've been making videos on what I take to Mythic, and so I'm currently, let's see what we are, plat tier 2, so I haven't played that much this month, so it's a little bit on me. But now, that is Azorius Omniscience. Now for the real challenge, the biggest challenge of every single week, the midweek magic challenge. Alright, what do we have? This week event is a Brawl Builder Challenge. Choose a commander from Aether Drift and build a 100-card Brawl deck using any cards in Arena. Oh wow. So we have access to any of the cards in Arena. Oh crap, I forgot to clean up my deck list. Well, I think I have this deck list already put somewhere, so we can get rid of that and let's start brewing what we want to play for midweek magic. Why is it not letting me resume? Client. There we go. Alright, we need to make a deck. What should I build? Any feedback or any input, everyone watching? Thoughts? Ooh. Oh, Ovia. That could be fun. Just drop things into play. It is kind of fragile, but I've been playing a lot of mono green stuff, or green stuff in these midweek challenges, so. Ooh, Chandra. That actually could be interesting. Ready. Petramo surely is pretty good. Sabsuna. Loot. Loot could be pretty silly. Alright, well, I think... Alright, let's see what I have in terms of green cards once I pick this. We have big green creatures. I don't want to bust out a bunch of wild cards if I can avoid it. Alright, we have Nyxbloom, which would be pretty fun. Titan, Voltborn, Old Gnawbone, Nyxbloom. Rampaging Brontodon can be kind of fun. Oh, Galta is perfect. Vorinclex is good. Meteor Golem could be okay. Maybe not. No. Sire 7S. Okay, Client. Cityscape Leveler. Sundering Titan. Oh. Ulamog. Ulamog's pretty good. It's indestructible. Do I play Threefold Thunderhawk? Nah. Okay. So those are the big creatures we'll try and drop into play. What do we have for rest of... I don't play a lot of Brawl, so... If anybody has a skeleton I can try and follow. Haywire Might's good for artifact removal. I like Arboreal Grazer. I guess since I have Birds of Paradise, we'll play it. Elves maybe are good. I feel like elves are just kind of... They're really good at dying, but... And I feel like Brawl is closer to, like, constructed 1v1 formats, so... a little concerned about how that will turn out. Fallbatch Recruit is a pretty good card. Smuggler's Surprise, that's another way we can cheat things onto the battlefield. Sylvan Safekeeper, we can sacrifice lands to protect things. Tameo Safekeeping is good. I'm gonna barely make it out of the 1-drops before I have an entire deck built. Alright. Druid's Class is kind of fun. Armored Scrap Forger, I like it for the graveyard hate. Birthing Ritual. Is this card worth it? I've never actually, it's so much text. We're gonna skip it. Bramble Familiar, it's a card that does multiple things. Bristly Bill, it's a green card that does counters with landfall. Tinkerbloom can remove artifacts and enchantments. Floor is pretty nice. Fanatic Aronis is an insane ramp. Get Feral Encounter. Flourishing Bloomkin. Fuel Tank Feaster. Heroic Intervention. Is Heroic Intervention good in 1v1 formats? I don't know. I feel like it's can be a little iffy. Into the north, yeah, well, could play some of those ramp spells. Man, it's hard to go through all the ramp. So many cards. Alright, Process Innkeeper is just kind of fun. We'll play it. Makes us a treasure and then it gains us a bunch of life. Scoos is probably okay. Springheart and Nantucko. This card, I know that Phil from MTG Goldfish swears by, or like he feels like this card must be busted, and so he's just been putting it into all of his green decks. And I concur. This card can do some really ridiculous things. If you're making a green commander deck, Springheart and Nantucko can be pretty darn fun. It's especially good with cards that tutor out lands when they enter. But yeah, there's a lot of different things you can copy. And you can, if you get the right cards, you can tutor out all the lands out of your library. Beanstalk? Don't know if we need Beanstalk. Well, need is a strong word. Don't know if we want Beanstalk. Cornucopia. I'm just gonna play it. Archery Charm. Ooh, I love Augur of Autumn, playing creatures off the top. Azusa. Boseiju. Path. Okay. I don't think we need that. Careful Cultivation is a fun card. Prowler, I'm a fan of. Graveyard Hate and Ramp on a 3/4 body. Let's Cultivate the move. Dryad's Revival. We'll put in Enduring Vitality. Taps all our creatures for mana. Fight Rigging. Fierce Empath. Did we skip over that 1/3 drop that draws us cards? Ooh, Corsair Prefix we'll grab as well. Rook's Uprising, guess we'll put that in. Gaia can help us ramp really fast for creatures. June Defends the Temple is a fun, just kind of value card. Oops, I feel like I scrolled a bunch. Colony Ambush or Kazandu Mammoth. Ooh, Llanowar Tribe's really good for ramping. Loot, Llanowar Visionary, Lumbering World Wagon. It's just kind of a green good stuff deck. Let's be honest about what we're doing right now. Trailblazer is okay if we just make a green good stuff deck. Hopefully. Ooh, Boot Swarm. Trap Shooter's good. Settle the Wilds is cool. It's a ramp spell, then you grab like a card from your library. Remember when that card came out. I've not played a lot of Alchemy, but that is, I think we'll try out 6. I've been interested in how that card will perform. We'll get Spinner of Souls. A little bit of hate against removal. Huntsman's Redemption is a tutor. We'll try out the Velocipede, and that has 100 cards. Let's go check on lands real quick. Boseiju. Shifting Woodland. We'll play Snow-Covered Forest instead, because they look cool. This is one of the few cosmetics I got. That's weird. game is stuttering as I put these in. Oh, I forgot about these cards. We'll put those in. Single floor adhesion is cool. Any of these cards were worth it. Blast Zone's probably worth it. Having a Souls, why not? Command Tower. Fountain Port. Gotta cut down the number of lands after I do this because it's not decreasing, but Nykthos, of course. Plaza. We don't really have a common card table. Throw in the... okay. I think there was something that I scrolled past at one point that I wanted to go back to. It was... oh. Here we go. Battlecad Recovery. We'll cut a few lands. We added some MDFCs. What? Stop increasing my land count. We're treating our MDFCs as lands. We probably shouldn't do that, but I don't want to spend too much time building this because it gotta get to playing at some point. Alright. Call this green nonsense. And give it a whirl. This is our 6th week of midweek Magic events, I believe. So we're making progress to playing the 52 that you need for the standard event, or the achievement. Opponent playing Sabsuna. Well, hopefully we'll draw a land. Good mulligan. Alright, that's okay. Got ramp. Arcane Signet. Ooh, wow, we actually have quite a few of our landfall cards. We have Druid Glass. Landfall, whenever land enters, you gain a life. You can play additional lands if you level up. We have our own Mossborn Hydra. The opponent just played theirs. Play Baseju. Play Ovia. And cross our fingers. Then we can put into play Sire of Seven Deaths, and then we can fight their Mossborn Hydra with Archery with Charm. Though if they have landfall, like something to ramp, no, you warp. How could you do this to his opponent? No, they also have. How are we gonna get rid of this Hydra? We're green. What's the problem? Can't cast our commander either. Make a 3/3. We are in danger. I think we honestly just lose because they have Mossborn Hydra, and then we're playing green, so we don't have that much removal, and their creature's gonna grow bigger than what we can Archery Charm. Opponent chose to not flash out their creature. What did I put in the deck? We need a 2-drop that would be 4 power or greater, or a creature. Well, yeah, basically that's what we need to remove the Hydra at this point. I mean, we can look. If we don't remove the Hydra, we're gonna die, so. 2 mana. Oh! Bloomkin. Wow. Forgot about the Bloomkin. I was like, did I put it into the deck? We have 4 forests, so that's perfectly large enough. And we did it. We removed the thing. We're not dead. We are alive. We are alive and well. We got through the Hydra. I was ready to accept my fate. Well, now we're gonna get smacked up by the frog god. Here, I'll give you travel. Wow. We did not draw very well. Yeah. Gotta be on defense, I think. Play Druid class. We need one of the cards that allows us to play from the top of our library, but we're not going to swing in. They would just block with Sabsuna and they would take only 1 damage. That would be problematic. This is one of the major weaknesses of playing green, is that you cannot remove things that get too large. Anyone who plays Brawl, is Heroic Intervention worth it in Brawl? I figure it's probably alright. But I think Tameo Safekeeping is probably a smidge better. I mean, we have it. Opponent tutors up a fight spell. Yeah, I think we might have a small problem on our hands. Now their frog god can fight. We'll block because they're all indestructible. Time to start growing our Scoot Squirm. Mossborn Hydra. And now if we get a land, we'll start growing our board pretty dramatically, so we just need to kind of stick around for a bit. Opponent is going to be drawing 2 cards every single turn with Sabsuna, though. Maybe that card is actually really crazy. It's probably a decent commander. I mean, opponent managed to assemble the combo against us, where they put a counter on it each turn. Oh, Gruff Purplets, no. Opponent keeps putting out serious problems. Put a counter on Sabsuna so they can attack in 10 indestructible trampling damage. Grazer, get in there. Llanowar tribe, no. You were the chosen one. Our top deck did not involve a land. Would have had some more scoots. So ideally we would have hit a Augur of Autumn, and then we would start playing lands off the top, but the heart of the cards was not with us. Alright. You go first. Your opponent is... Wait, why am I reading? I know what... I know what's on the screen. Bristly Bill. Winter. I think we'll play the Paw Patch Recruit out just in case the opponent's going for some interactive gameplay. We would prefer to not have our stuff messed with. Okay, well, I have no idea what the opponent's going for then. Watch out, opponent. We're speeding. Alright. Opponent fails to block. Maybe we get in there? Nope. Okay. Was checking opponent. Infestation stage. Well, opponent. You targeted Bill. Now you get the Ovia. I don't know what we're gonna do with all our mana, but I have a boatload of mana. I'm not afraid to use it. Discard. How could you? Two mana. They have a removal for Ovia. Or an Edict. An Edict would probably be their best bet. I'll take one. I don't want to give you a flyer. That's what I'm hoping to avoid here. Free triple mana. Ooh. I need that new computer. I'll play a Spinner of Souls. And then Enduring Vitality. Then I will swing in with Bill. And recruit. Fights me. Opponent removes anything, we get cards. And if they don't block properly, we go ahead and get through. Wait, what is giving this trample? Ovia. Oh my goodness. I forgot. I forgot that that's one of the things he does. Alright, we're speeding. We get a new card. New creature. Do this. Alright. Make something a god while we're at it. Target legendary creature. I didn't realize it was only legends. Interesting. Alright, add a counter. And pause. Please. No wrath. No wrath, opponent, please. That's a good sign. When the opponent removes the entire board, we will have... Well, actually, we'll have a lot of Spinner of Souls triggers, so maybe we'll be okay. Fairy Mastermind doesn't do too much against us. Interesting. Well, you have a bunch of flyers now, so I'm just gonna let you have it. I will swing with you, and you. Get in there. If they try and kill Ovia, we just Pyrite Sanctum in response. And if they kill anything else, we get a Spinner of Souls trigger. And then we have triple mana from Nyx Bloom, so we can just cast whatever they let us kind of spin into. Haha. Get it? It's Spinner of Souls, and it's spinning us into cards. Trigger. Old Gnawbone. Oh, we did it. There we go. Mono green lives to fight another day. I feel like our opponent just had a very bad draw there. Apologize to anyone tuning in right now. We played through the Azorius Omniscience in a standard event already, but now we're taking on the midweek magic challenge. Seeing if, well, we can do some silly mono green things, pretty much. Kind of my go-to move for these midweek magic challenges. And there's a good reason to play midweek magic. Is the well, you get cosmetics as well as cards potentially for playing and winning up to 3 wins, and then also Altar of the Brood. You get to mill us every time a permanent enters. But yeah, what was I gonna say? If you play the midweek magic challenges, you of course get the wins. You can potentially get the cosmetic as well, like for instance, like the pets in the game, or you just get more cards, which is always nice. And then you also make progress towards the quest for midweek magic. What do we got? Awkward. I don't know if that was worth it. Because we just... Ooh. This is true. We could... Cityscape Leveler seems good. Take 3. Just kidding. We must assert dominance with Arboreal Grazer. This has to be like my favorite card. It's just so silly. Do we try and cheat our way to leveler? Probably not. It's way more fragile than the plan where we just ramp. Also, we don't get the cast trigger. They played a land? Yeah, whenever another permanent. We're down to 73 cards. They're getting there. Necropotence. No! That's fine. Oh, this Altar Brood is kinda silly. But I don't think we're going for that. We're going for the Necropotence. This card is, well, it's Necropotence. I don't think I need to say too much about how you can just trade cards for life. And that usually sets you up to, win. They can go all the way down to, of your next end step. They're putting all the... They're gonna get these cards at the beginning of their end step, which is interesting. I don't think we're in danger of being milled out. I just don't think that's why the opponent played Altar, but what do I know? Reacher. That is frankly very annoying, just seeing things get on endlessly milled. Probably we'll just play a Via and hold up protection. Should play Prosperous Innkeeper. We'll get rid of Preacher because it has Death Touch. Whatever. Mill me. I dare you. Oh, not gonna bother blocking. Down to 10. We have 2 mana open to Heroic Intervention, but it is on Mana Dorks, which I probably should have tapped this differently for that reason. We have 61 cards left, so safe so far. Reanimate. Crap. Crap indeed. That's not good. I didn't think about how Altar of Brood actually is pretty good with Reanimate. Chaos Warp. I'd prefer if you did not. They probably have a... No, they don't have another spell? Interesting. They have a bunch of mana open. Even have a Phyrexian Tower. Lord Skitter means they're gonna start exiling things from our graveyard. Praise of the Forgotten Gods. Okay, they are actually going to mill us out at this rate. They have Altar of Dementia. Why do I feel like our opponent's game plan is actually mill? Altar of Brood, or sorry, yeah, Altar of Brood and Altar of Dimension. They got the altars. Watch out. One is speeding. Ooh, that's good. Stop. We're gonna die. Doesn't matter how I block. Get a token copy. But it's an artifact. We have something that can destroy an artifact. No, I don't want to destroy the Altar Brood. But I feel like we're probably better off getting rid of the Altborn. You may. Bro, I wanted... There's no cancel. Control Z. Ah, I should have played Prosperous Innkeeper first. Did I miss out on a bit of life? Opponent does not sacrifice it. Strange. Play this, play Druid class, level it up. Back in my day, Druid class... Wait, what's different? Oh. I guess, no, that's... I don't know what the alchemy change was, I wonder. Alright. Liliana. Are you gonna make us sacrifice a creature?
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
I will sacrifice a creature then.
One of your friends has to leave.
Predator means they can start exiling things from graveyard, but we still have half our deck, so we're not milled out yet. Stone Rain. That's crazy. I mean, respect. They went for it. I feeling slightly concerned about the prospect of them having Our Fortune turned on, but let's not worry about it too much. Well, I was going to attack, so I guess we attack in, blow up their Far Fortune, and we have enough to trample over because we had 8 plus 7 trampling, so we just had to stick it through. Alright, this is the last game. Well, actually, if we win it, it is the last one, and we will have hit our 3 wins. Gonti. Oh, that's a fun card. Fortunately for us, the downside of Gonti in like 4-player commander is not present in a 1v1 or brawl game. I love this art for Utopia Sprawl. The Enchanting Tales, some of the like the arts for the Enchanting Tales I just really like. I feel like they're all just quite nice. Play fight rigging. We'll just set up for something big. We play Ovia next turn, the opponent kills it, and then I cry, but make him have it. Otherwise, we put Ulamog onto the battlefield and we get a free Sire of 7 Death, so that's the alternative. That'd be pretty cool. Avia, shot down. We'll play a horn in your honor. Unfortunate. What is pretty nice though, ramping pretty fine. So we should be able to recast it soon. Probably could have played Nissa there for a little bit more guaranteed action, but opponent probably could kill and then revive with their Abyssal Harvester. Oh, nope, Gonti. Gonti? Oh no. Well. Please don't kill Avia. There's nothing hiding in my hand. Don't worry about it. It is fine. Ah. Alright. I think we're just gonna be hard casting. I hate to inform everyone, but it looks like there is only one option. What if the Fanatic of Ronus is the Ferocious? Whoops. I could have... no, I didn't have quite enough mana. Hold Fanatic of Ronus back and play Velocipede? Yeah, we'll play Velocipede because we can't make use of Feral Encounter. Ulamog. Ulamog. We can do it. I believe. I played that slightly poorly. I think if I played that in my second main phase, I would have gotten the fight rigging stuff. Oh, the opponent's getting rid of fight rigging. Okay. It just occurred to me that that is our scrap shooter. How could you? Rude. Wow. The opponent has the jumpstart card. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nissa, you might be taking one for the team. Wait, no, I can't. Okay, well. Please don't take anything good. Get a treasure. Get it face down. These jumpstart cards are pretty cool, or some of the jumpstart cards from Foundations are pretty cool. I have a deck that I've been working on that's Vorinclex would be funny. But first we got to Ulamog. Gonti is kind of a problem. Oh, they can cast them as long as they remain exiled. Well, we're gonna make you recast Gonti, even though you have the mana to do so, and I'll get rid of the 2 cards with a bunch of words on them. That's the plan here. There is not too much advanced thought processes going on. That has a lot of words, has been drawing him cards, or drawing them cards, and then alright. 13-13, indestructible. What you can do about it? I can play this as a land. You know what? Sure. Fine. Death. Actually, we'll crew with Nissa. Opponent, do you want to double block? I mean, they could if they want to do. I'm still surprised they have not used their Abyssal Harvester. This card has words on it. I swear. The opponent's forgetting. Definitely one of the coolest cards, or one of the cooler cards from Foundations. It just hasn't seen, I haven't seen it pop up that much. Huh. You know what? I don't think I need Llanowar Tribe, do I? Probably the wrong move, but I'll take 3. I have a 13-13 opponent. What now? And I'm gonna keep on dropping massive things. Here's a Vorinclex, that's a 10-9 Drew card. Cornucopia. Probably should have played this, but fine. Ooh, Safekeeper is good. Now we can protect our things. And don't think it matters. Combat. Bad boy does a bunch of damage to... I'll get rid of the Abyssal. And then we'll go ahead and send in the Velocipede, maybe. What is giving that trample? Oh, Garruk's Uprising. So many permanents. So many things. Opponent down to 2. Do they have a response? Their lands are going to stay tapped. They're going to stay tapped for a turn if they go for it. We have protection because we have the Safekeeper. Explore. Ah, no mana. I'm surprised the opponent hasn't traded in some of their creatures for our Velocipede. Oh, that's a very, very spooky card. Night Shepherd. That's a good card. I feel like I haven't seen this in a while, but block some damage. Shoot. I shouldn't have done that. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. They can't gift the card. Forgot they were going to get a copy from... Oh, it says you control, yeah, okay. We own it, but they control it. I was just didn't think about whether it was going to trigger or not. All right, what did we get for our 3 wins? So far we've gotten cards I already owned, which has been kind of sad. All right, a cosmetic for a random common. A little unfortunate, but let's see how we're doing on some of our achievements. Oh, open 250 packs. Ooh, that's a cool emote. I like the Sparky emotes. And we made just a bit more progress towards vanquishing the weak. We're 8 out of 13. That's actually pretty good. You know what? Because we can. Because we have 2,000 gold. We'll get 2 packs and open them up and see what we get. So maybe I should... Nah, I have enough quests that I should be able to get more gold for this week's standard event. There are no cards, so only cosmetics in the daily deals. Alright, drumroll. A mythic. Gas Guzzler. Alright, I have not played much with this, but seems like it might do things in sacrifice decks. And Radiant Lotus. I have not messed around with this card. I know a bunch of people were very excited for this card during preview season, but once I saw that 6 mana in the upper right hand corner, I was like, oh, okay. So that, oh, forgot about gold pack. What did we get? Demonic Council is a cool card. Restricted Office. Pretty good for, I guess, Azorius Commander decks. Entity Tracker is a big hit here because this is being played in some of the Esper bounce decks, because they're kind of playing around particularly enchantments that you're bouncing. It'll be interesting to see if this kind of enchantment sub theme within these bounce decks holds with the addition of the new set. What is it called? Tarkir Dragonstorm, or if things will get shaken up a bit. There is a new card that's coming in Dragonstorm that's like a common or uncommon as a white creature with flash that you can bounce something back to your hand, so that could be an interesting addition to that deck. But then we have Sabsuna. I almost didn't even recognize Sabsuna. That's pretty big. Maybe we'll try one of those, or a Sabsuna deck, in the near future. But anyways, that is going to do it for me for today. Hopefully you enjoyed listening in, watching, and we didn't get super far with Azorius Omniscience, which I'm a little sad about, but 3-3, can't really complain. But yeah, have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching.